So hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna do some pinch grip training with my Gladiator Power Trainer. I still cannot do any wrist, short steel bending, and I still cannot really do harder or multiple gripper closes because my knuckle is still hurt a little bit from the last session where I really exaggerated a bit too much. But nevertheless, we're going to focus on something big here, and that is pinching. And pinching is very important if you want to build that thumb pad, as I have said so many times before. So that will be our goal today, to make the thumb pad burn, so to speak. And before we really start, the first thing I'm always doing is I'm chalking the edges of my Gladiator Power Trainer. It's very important, also from the other side. And nevertheless, I'm going to start using the trainer as a warm-up, simply to warm my hands up. So you can hear it click. The knuckle is still not really recovered yet, but that's not a problem. So just some warming up, and we start quite heavy with 5 kg on the device. Now I'm using both of my hands this time, not just my left hand, and maybe at the very end when I'm almost done, I'm doing the last reps with my left hand only, because there's still a little bit of size difference in both of my thumb pads, and I don't want that, obviously, because I want them to be equally strong and big to really create this pillow that is needed to place the gripper on. So that was basically my warm-up. So I'm gonna try to do it first with my thumbs on the upper plate, and maybe I will go down sometime and do it this way, but I think I'm not going to, because I feel it's still aching a bit in my wrist. So let's just go and see how many reps we can do. uh, 28 repetitions. Oof. Rechalking is also very important here, never forget that. So 28 is quite a good number. So you see, I have different plates here. So if the 5 kg isn't really doable anymore, we move down to 3, then from 3 to 2, from 2 to 1, and maybe last but not least, who knows, to the half kg plate. So, what is also very important, guys, if you see that you cannot do the things you normally wanted to do, simply because you're burned out or your joints or anything else hurts, that you always come up with a sort of emergency plan, with a plan B, so that you do not really waste any time in your training, because what you're doing here now is helping me later on with grippers again, or is helping me with deadlifting, for example. So therefore always make sure that you have a plan B in mind in case you cannot really do what you want to do on this particular day. I mean, I could do shoulders again, but I want to give them a little rest. I don't want to exaggerate my shoulder training too much, because I already have plans for some exercises, for some training days where I'm gonna need my shoulders, and if I'm always isolating them, then I cannot really do all the other things. So there we go again. Always plan ahead, guys. Again, 15. So with pinching, it's really, to me, about hypertrophy first and foremost, but it's also about strength. Because if you have a huge thumb pad, but it's not really strong enough to push against the resistance of a gripper, then the backhander might also slide away, or you might hurt yourself. So most of the time I'm doing hypertrophy work when I'm doing my pinch grip training, because I'm primarily focusing my pinch grip training on closing grippers. But obviously, if you're interested in lifting blow-ups, for example, or lifting two 20 kg plates, for example, with one hand, or if you are interested in lifting Thomas Inch dumbbells, for example, then obviously you need to focus more on strength and less on hypertrophy. So it really depends. Now, it's not uninteresting for me to be able to lift the Thomas Inch dumbbell one day, but it's not really my goal. So it looks cool. It is an enormous feat of strength, but it's not really what I'm really interested in. So therefore, even doing something like the Euro pinch, for example, isn't really something I'm so interested in. It also looks cool, and I would definitely try it if I had the device for it. And sometimes I'm really trying to do a two plate pinch lift, but that is all basically for fun, or as sort of a finisher to this one here, because I think this device here is really the best when you're doing pinch grip training for closing grippers. That's my opinion. Now, obviously you can have a different opinion and you can tell me why, but that's how I feel. And guys, you really feel it in your thumbs. It starts to ache from the very tip of your thumb all the way down to your thumb pad. So that's not really a comfortable exercise. But it's a good one. So you see, chalk is basically needed in all aspects of grip. Whether it's deadlifting, it's crushing a gripper, it's doing plate pinches or plate curls even. Yeah, you need grip, you need chalk all the time. So you see, it's getting more and more tiring. Those were only 15 reps now. So a set or two, and then we have to drop the weight, I think. I hope to be able to do reps one day with a 5 kg plate, but only with the use of one hand. That would be awesome. Ah, 11. Sometimes it also goes into your forearm. Maybe on days like today, where I had a forearm session yesterday, and I'm doing this. So you see, there's no way you're not getting injured if you really want to progress in whatever sports you're doing. It's really always the case. There's always an injury, always. And if there is none, there will come one. And warming up really doesn't prevent injuries that much. What only prevents injuries is actually getting stronger in what you're doing. So that if you do then the things that were very difficult for you over and over again, and they become very easy for you, then it's obviously clear that you will not injure yourself from doing the exact same thing, because your body is used to it. But then again, if you move up and challenge yourself again, the next thing that will come for sure is an injury. No 20, but I think we go down in weight and use the 3 kg here. So these were 5. And see how many reps we can do with a 3. They are already blown up like balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! 30. So let's see what I'm going to do tomorrow. Either I'm going to do overhead squats, because I think I will not be able to do deadlifts after this session here. So maybe I'm going to do overhead squats. There's definitely no chance I'm going to do short steel bending. I think I will have to do it the day after. I still don't know really what I'm gonna do, but I think it will be something like overhead squats or maybe some bench pressing again. Yeah, why not? There's still a record I still wanna break my own PR, which was 100 kg. I really love to get up to 120 kg one day, and I think I'm not so far away if I put my mind and energy to it to get to 110 kg in about 3 or 4 weeks time, very easily. Now if I put a bit more pressure on myself and I focus more on chest and bench pressing, I might even get there in 2 weeks. But then again I have to neglect my deadlifting, my squats and everything else. And of course my gripper work. Seven. And that's especially important, so this training here is especially important if you want to close grippers, but you have smaller hands. Because the gripper does not really have so much area where it can sit in your hand. So it's not that my hand is swallowing the gripper. It's more like the gripper swallowing my hand. And therefore it's even more important that you have a decent thumb pad in size and strength. And as with everything, you can incorporate isometrics, so holds, into your training regime, which I do, by the way, especially if I'm concentrating on one hand only. But if I'm concentrating on two hands, I'm more focusing on repetitions. Yeah, that's about it, guys. That's basically about it. I'm not training the Gladiator Power Trainer too often, and that is maybe my longest session I've ever done so far when it comes to this device. But I thought that today is really a good day to do it because grippers are not really possible for me right now. Short steel bending is not really possible for me right now. I didn't want to do any squats today, and also no deadlift session. Nothing that is too cardio intense, because I'm still feeling it from the day before yesterday when I did my boxes run for 40 minutes. So I thought that this would be then a very good exercise. And we had the forearm session yesterday, so you know what? Let's go down and let's see whether I can do up to 50. Yeah, I did it badly. You know what? I'm gonna rest a little bit, and then I'm gonna focus on my left hand only, because the video is already quite long. But you guys told me that you wanted to see longer training sessions, longer training videos, and there you go. There you have 2 of them in the last 2 days. And what I'm also going to do now, since I'm incorporating only one hand, or I'm using only one hand, I'm going to incorporate holds into my training. So let's just first see whether I can make it once. Yeah, but it's very hard after this session. So 2, 3, 4. Maybe I have to remove one again. 5, 6, 7. 21, 23. they're getting similar in size. That's good. So the last one now for today will be a hold, a very long hold. A max hold, so to speak. And then with a slow negative afterwards. Come on, I'm there. That's it, guys. That's it for today. I hope you liked this session and you got something from it, and see you the next time.